Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hey, we're mixing it up a little bit today. So thank you so much for stopping by. Let's go ahead and cut over to this one. Hey, folks, AJ here. Let me test my audio real quick. I'm waiting for it to catch up. I am streaming with the web presenter, so please let me know. I'm looking at the comments to make sure we're not having an issue here. I'm waiting for the audio to catch up where we're at. Seems like we're significantly different from where I'm at now. All right, so audio is sounding good to me. Hope y'all are doing well. Again, AJ, the CEO, let's bring it up again. Thank you so much for stopping by. What we try to do here is every Friday have something to entertain you, educate you, and give you a moment to ask some questions. And hey, look, I don't know everything about media ministry, folks. Never claim to be, but hopefully the little bit that I do know will help you on your journey get a little bit further in helping expand your media ministry and reach and impact more people. Let's go ahead and give, and where is I think I closed my chat so I can't see where everybody is. Oh, there you go. There y'all is. Let me holler at some folks here. Cares of the Covenant already fired off a good question. Hey, good morning. We're going to get back to that. G. Albert, hello, hello. Parker, what is going on? Francisco, what is going on? Mike from Canada, hey, what's going on? Bruce from Texas, hey, what is going on? RC, good morning. Reverend Jacqueline Gilchrist, hello, hello. Anthony, what's going on? I don't want to keep anybody out. Vaughn, hey, what is going on? Coach, what is going on? Lester, hello. Video streams, hello. Kurt, what is going on? T, what's going on? And folks, I know I apologize to the companies as well too. I got a lot of stuff that I got to do a review on pretty soon. And like, for example, that is the PTZ Optics SE Move. We're going to do a review on that pretty soon. Hopefully I can do it today. We got a lot of church stuff going on, and I'm going right after this. I'm heading back to Mount Sinai to hang the last TV and hang the last camera and get that done. Brian, what's going on? Monty, the myth, the man, the legend, what's going on? Keith, hello, hello. John, hello. Sean, hey, thanks for joining. Ms. LaShanta, hello, how are you? Pavinator, hopefully I got your name right. From Sydney, Australia, dream location to go visit to. I'm going to circle back around and speed through this. Steve, what's going on? Lamar, what's going on? Mr. Clarence, hello, hello. And we got some more folks here. Harold, hey, good morning. And Dcraft TV from London, UK. Man, I'm like 20 some days away from being up there. I'm excited about that. And like I said, I will post some more details when I'm over there. It was for my vacation for my birthday, but hey, if I'm in the area, man, causing mass hysteria, I am more than excited to catch up with y'all. I'm excited about, I am going on a tour of London Bridge, also going to the Millennium Ferris wheel. That's what I have planned so far. Don't have any ideas of food where I'm at. I can walk everywhere, so I'm really excited about that. But enough about that. Folks, I told you we're going to be trying to make a shift on how we're doing stuff with the show here. I am calling it a show. What I would like to do is I want to highlight y'all, folks. All of y'all are doing great stuff. Your teams are awesome, and I want to highlight y'all. So please, take a picture of your media team, send it to questions@ajhelms.com, make the subject My Media Team, and I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the folks all over the world, folks. I mean, look, we know that this is a very, unfortunately, thankless job for the most time. Let me use my platform to at least highlight y'all. And because, again, I'm not a part of your ministry, but I'm thankful for what you're doing, because what you're doing is benefiting the body. That's what it's all about. So let's go back over here. We are a hop, skip, and a hop, skip, and a jump away from 60,000 subs, folks. So where's my live countdown? There we go. So if we cut over here and we do our live countdown, look, we's close, folks, and you know what that means. When we cut over to that, that means we're going to be one step closer to another ministry being gifted with a $2,000 live streaming bundle. I believe we're going to be including, you know what? I think I'm going to amp it up. What I'm going to do with this giveaway is this next giveaway, and the link is working. I typed it in wrong. For this giveaway, folks, I'm going to include the Famaco 4K AI-based camera. That camera, yeah, I'm going to include that with the bundle. That's what's going to go to whoever gets it. So we're going to have that one, an A10 Mini Extreme, and a joystick. So that's what we're going to do. So hopefully that sweetens the pot a little bit for y'all. And again, I want to be able to do something to get everybody excited about the body of Christ. Hey. So anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and fire away some questions. I already answered this, but I'm going to do this for everybody again. Cares of the Covenant. How do I get the video sound from the video going into HDMI on the A10 Mini Pro to show up on the audio section? That is very simple, sir. And I'm going to actually turn my computer audio on just so to show you how this works. Because typically, I normally don't have this on like this. Come on now. Where's my audio? More audio settings. And of course, it's not going to show when I want to. Anyway, we'll figure it out. All right, so let's go ahead and cut over here to our computer here. So if you're sending audio into your ATEM, so if I go here to audio, as you see right now, I have my HyperDeck that's recording, and we have my Blackmagic right now. It has mics on it, so if you hear that. Audio is coming in. It's grayed out because it's not on. If I want to turn it on, I would just, boom, now we're bringing in audio from that channel. That's all you got to do. And now that's going to be included in the mix that is going out. So if you're sending computer audio, if you're playing your computer and you're playing presentation something or a video, and you're using audio over the HDMI coming into your ATEM, you just got to turn it on like that, and that's all you need. Hopefully that helps you. Let's go to the next one here. Also from Cares for the Covenant. Have you used the Intel i9? I have not used an Intel processor maybe in about 15 years. No, let me take that back. I did do a video a long time ago. Not a long time ago, maybe 2 years ago with an Intel, but it was not the i9. But no, personally, I have not worked with that. Mike, how was your week? My week has been great. I'm just confessing with y'all that I want to get back to the basics. I am so thankful for all the installs that we've been able to do, and we got a bunch of them lined up as well too. But my bread and butter has always been tips and strategies and things like that. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what I was going to do, and I kind of mentioned this in the video. I don't get political, folks, so please don't go this way with me, because I'm not trying to do this. I'm using this as an example. So hopefully y'all be able to hear it. So this is going to be a series of can I do this with the ATEM? I'm still thinking about the name. So right now, this is a video that I had here, and it just brought this up. Again, I ain't trying to get political. This one just showed up. So this is what came up. But the intention is what I want y'all to do, and I'm going to do this as well too. If you see anything on TV, news, whatever, mainly news, I want to show how we can mimic this with the ATEM. What you're seeing me do right now in my super source is close to this. We have two shots. We have a moving background. We have a lower third. And I want to start building how to do this, how to mimic this stuff with the stuff that we got with your ATEM. OBS, vMix, whatever, and then how to implement this in a way. So again, I need to blur this out in the video. You're seeing this uncut, but when I do this in the video, it's going to be blurred out. But the idea, think about it, you have down here, you can have your church logo, you have whatever's going on, you have scripture, we have well, actually not scripture. What I would do is have a big screen of the scripture right here, whoever's preaching right here, maybe a lower third about your ministry, the logo, anything like that, moving background. Then this could cut over to a shot of the congregation, the choir. I want to show how much we can mimic with what we got. So that's going to be a series. But again, if you have anything that you see, again, I'm not going to be able to master everything. We're going to work on it, but let me know and send that into questions. And that's what I forgot. Rushing so fast. Send me, if you have some ideas, take a screenshot of it, send it to me, see if that could be a part of a series, to see if I can mimic that stuff. Hopefully that'll help and kick your stuff up a notch. And I am looking at my comments to make sure I'm not missing anything. But anyway, before I get any further, if I don't get to your question, no, you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond, folks. Also, be a part of the Facebook group. You can go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy, answer the 3 questions, and that's it. Now, I have made an announcement on our group with all these new features that are being turned on different platforms. People are exploiting them. I had to shut off the community chat on our Facebook group where somebody was scamming people with money and stuff like that. I will not tolerate any of that nonsense. So not saying y'all. So if you see a feature and all of a sudden it's gone and it's shut off, there's a reason. I want to make sure that this is a very safe place of what we do, and we're not allowing none of this scam and all this other nonsense. What we got? Back to Reverend Jacqueline Gilchrist. How to get ProPresenter to show up on the live stream. I am using the ATEM switcher. Well, guess what? How you're seeing me do it right now is the exact same way, but we'll go through that whole process again. Let me open up my ProPresenter. So if I cut back over to my computer so that you can see, I'm using the ATEM Mini Extreme. So I have 2 PC inputs right now. My PC1, which is my center screen, which is typically what you see, and PC right. That's what I use for my ProPresenter. So to get lower thirds as well, I'm using my downstream keyer over here. And as you can see, my key number 1, which is right here, and I need to have a highlighter tool on here. Hold on, let me see if I can find one real quick. Mouse highlighter. Oh, Microsoft has one. Let me see if I can just turn this on. Open in the store. And of course the Microsoft store wants to take a little bit longer. Mouse pointer highlighter. I'm actually downloading it right now. Sorry about that. I don't know why that's taking so long. But anyway, we're going to go here. That's what the DSK1 is, and that's how we're linking it. So in ProPresenter, I am using that screen, and it downloaded now. There we go. Yay. So now you can see it a little bit better. Class settings. Let's minimize that. All right. So we have this engaged for our DSK to turn on that. And in ProPresenter, I am using this right screen. This right screen is this screen right here. That's what it's going to. So now with ProPresenter open, let me slide this on over here. I am not going to do an update right now. All right. So here in ProPresenter, let me switch to, so right here, I have a lower third. So we're going to come here to ProPresenter, go to our screens, screen configuration, and I want to configure this. So if I look at my monitors, I need to pick that right monitor that the ATEM is already set up for. So that monitor would be, it's not that one, because that's the one we're looking at. It's not that one. I believe it is, yes, it is this one. So that's what this monitor is already set to, all right? So now all I got to do, and hold on, I got way too many screens. Yeah, I don't need this one. There we go. All right, so now if I go to that screen, see it's blacked out because that's what's showing up. Now, let's go ahead and bring up a scripture. And it's the 4th. So let's go ahead and look up Proverbs 4. So I'm searching for this, but I want to do this. I'm going to do this as a lower third. So first, I need to change this layout. And I am going to pick the lower third format. So now it shows up like this. All right. So as I click on this and I go to the screen, you see this is what shows. That is what's being sent as a lower third. But if we cut back over here to our ATEM software, remember, this is the right screen. When using the DSK, it's going to erase all of the black and allow whatever that's under this to show through. All right. So if I just turn on the DSK right now, now you see this. That's how that works. So if I cut, now I'm going to keep the DSK on and I'm going to cut back over to my front shot. And as you can see, we got our scripture right there. That's how you do it. Again, we want to have an output in ProPresenter set to the input that is going into your ATEM. So again, if we cut over here, I have PC right. That's what this is. That's what ProPresenter is sending its image to. After that, and let me make sure I'm looking at the comments because I don't want to miss, like last time, if my audio was out. Sorry, let me get back here because I want to make sure I don't miss anything like last time. Give me half a second and I will get back to that thought. All right, we're back here. All right, good. So we want to make sure that ProPresenter is set to output on a certain channel. That's the channel that's coming into the ATEM, which for me is PC1, right? Inside of ProPresenter, inside of the ATEM, now we want to set our DSK to that same output. That is for our fill source and our key. And once we send the right stuff layout, as you can see, there's no background. So it's really not black. It's actually, I'm sending transparency. Nothing is what's being sent. The ATEM will erase all of this and show whatever behind it. So when I turn it back on, that's what you see. Hopefully that helps. I do have a detailed video talking about that in all aspects. I need to find that and reference that for you, but hopefully that works for you. Let me know if you have any additional questions. And let me get my stuff moved all over here so I can see my comments, so I can answer y'all's questions. Let's see. Kurt, good to see you again here. Hey, AJ, I see PTZ Optics has a new 4K PTZ cameras. Why is the NDI version $600 cheaper than the Dante version? 3 years ago, you recommended PTZ Optics, I think. Still a good choice? Yes, I think PTZ Optics is a great choice. I'm not 100% sure on why is the NDI. I think it might be licensing. That's what I personally think. Because even with NDI, that adds $100 to this camera right here. So like, for example, if I go to this right now, because I was actually playing with this camera before we got started. Let's go back over here. So if I go 192.168.0.248, this is that camera. Oop. Let's log in real quick. So like right now, if I want to do the upgrade to NDI on this camera, now this is the 1080p one. This is not the 4K one. So this is at $100 because that's a licensing fee to them. So I'm not sure. That's what my assumption is. I don't have 100% proof to back that up, but that's what I think is a reason for the difference in price. T, what's going on? let's see, page 2. All right, we got another one here from Sydney. We are trying to connect our ATEM to our PreSonus mixer. When we do that, we hear static on the ATEM receiver, which is not there in the PreSonus. Any advice? Make sure in your ATEM that if you're connecting it to the PreSonus, that you go inside of here into the ATEM software, come down here to the gear, go to audio, go to general, make sure it's set to line. If you're getting a lot of static, my assumption would be that your line in is set to microphone. It's way too hot. I'm not going to do this right now because it'll blow your eardrums out how I'm doing it. But make sure if you're connecting to a mixer to the ATEM in any way, shape, or form, mic 1, mic 2, whatever, like mine, I have mic on number 2 because that's when I use my wireless. When I use my Rode wireless, that's how I have mine connected. But my Rodecaster Pro 2, that is my mixer that's on my desk. That's what goes to this as a line in. So as you can see, that's my Rodecaster. That's how I have it set up. And yes, I'm still in my pajamas because I'm not going anywhere until 1 o'clock. So I would think that's what will be the first thing. If you have anything other than that, the next thing I would check is make sure your cables are straight and they're not getting any interference. Because if the source is not a problem and you're getting it, it either is the cable or the connection. I'm 90% sure it's most likely that the ATEM is set to mic instead of line. All right, what we got next here? And let me know when I was talking about that, can the ATEM do it? We can make this fairly quickly here. I won't be as detailed as I will when I actually do the video, but let me know, and we can actually do that. MA16V3, y'all funny. I'm here for my prescription doc. What do I need to tell my pastor to spend money on this week? Oh man, I don't know why I'm sounding congested. Hold on. Man, what in the world? Anyway, I don't have allergies, but whatever. Benjamin, any suggestion on online training resources for camera teams? I don't know of anyone directly. To my knowledge, we are working at developing it. I know I'm 2 years late from the last time we did our e-missionary conference, and I want to encompass all those things so that there is no question of like what tools are out there. Y'all know me. My mindset is walk into a room, find leadership. If there is not leadership, if there's no standard, make a standard. I don't like the fact that a lot of us in the body of Christ in media ministries, we don't have any tools like that to my knowledge, or they're not really known. I don't need to make everything myself, but I want to bring stuff. If there's something not there, we can do it. So we're going to work on that. But long answer, I am not sure of something like that. We do have something that we're going to be putting together soon. Because the next e-missionary conference, it ain't going to be this year. I'm just being honest. We are going to have something in person next year. So be on standby for that. Darius, what is going on? Philip Paul, hello. Sean, yeah. I think I'm doing some CAA real soon for the audio. Anything general thing I should pay particularly attention to? Yes, when you're running, if you're saying crawl space and attic ministry, I just gave y'all the secret. That's what CSAA is, or just attic ministry. The main thing is when you're running networking audio cables, never run them parallel or side by side to power. Do them perpendicular. You want to have the surface area to limit crosstalk as much as possible. You don't want them anywhere near that. If you can put them completely in a different direction, and never put them in the same conduit with stuff that's powered, that's considered low voltage, don't do that. I found that out the hard way when I went to another church, and some other people that built their extension did that, and I thought I was going to gain superpowers when I touched one charged cable, because the Romex sheathing got pulled off and it was a metal conduit. I touched the conduit where the coax was and I got a very nice shock. Don't do that. Best thing is possible. If you got it, you can get some PVC and just run your cables in that if you want to. But the main thing is do not run those type of cables parallel to each other. Do them perpendicular. Or just don't have them close to each other at all. They can be parallel if they're a foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, 20 feet apart. You're good. That would be the first thing I would say. Mike, y'all funny. I always wondered what's the difference of a hop, skip, and a jump in real distance. T. Hey, AJ, any reason the PT Optics controller would keep losing connection? It freezes and we have to unplug the Ethernet to get it working again. Happens 2 or 3 times. T, I would honestly say check to see if the controller is on a static IP address and not to DHCP. It could be. I don't know. I was going to say it should, because if the router is assigning an IP address, it has a list of knowing, oh, I'm not going to send this here, not going to send this there. It's not going to overlap and assign something. It's 2 things you could do. You could go inside the router and still keep it on DHCP, but then have it locked to where it's never going to change. That's kind of like how I have mine. That's my first assumption that I would think. So, like, for example, if I jump over here and show you my stuff back here. So this is my network back here. So you see my HyperDeck is on. If I come in here, go to my settings, you can see I have a fixed IP address on this. I have a fixed IP address on my Synology. And if I go to the web presenter, that's a fixed IP address. If I go to my overhead camera, that's a fixed IP address. It's DHCP, but there's no way that anything else is going to be assigned to it. That's my first assumption. I don't know of any reason why it would jump like that. The only time I've noticed that is if the cameras and the joystick. Now, the good thing is it's not the cameras, because I remember we set those specifically. That's the only thing I could think of with a joystick. I would say try that. Switch it to a static one. All your settings going to the camera are going to be fine, but I would say try that. That's the first thing I would assume. Dana, hey, good morning. Back to T. Also, we cannot get the sound from the computer to play through the board. Is there something I'm missing? T, are you actually at the church right now? If you are, trying to see. Yeah, I don't see it on. But T, I would say most likely your audio, just like how I do here, is probably not being routed for the output, and make sure it's not HDMI out and it's actually the physical cable going to it. That's the only thing I'm assuming right now, because I think we did USB for you for your audio out. But let me know. Next time the computer's on, we can remote in and take care of that. Ground pusher, hey, good morning, sir. Nice to see you in Henrico's Fines plate. Hey, well, thank you. Got some local folks here as well, too. Morning. I may have missed this a while back, but how do you remotely, using the ATEM control software, turn on picture-in-picture? It's a couple of them. The picture-in-picture buttons, and I'm not at an angle where I can get that. Maybe I can do it with this one. So let's cut over to this camera. And so on the picture-in-picture, the easy way, I can zoom in here. The picture-in-picture, come on now, get in focus. There we go. So for our picture-in-picture, it's mainly these buttons right here. If I just turn this on right here, now you see my picture-in-picture. By default, it is looking at camera number 1 for your picture-in-picture. And then these are preset positions. So you see I'm all over the place here. Now, if you want to go inside the software to do this, if I turn this on, you see it's actually using upstream key number one. So if you want to make setting changes, that's what you could do. So say I change this over to my right PTZ, and now that's what the shot is. That's where you can manually make these changes, but realize the instance that you press one of these buttons, it's going to change the picture. So I can change the dimensions and everything. So say I want to change this to, I don't know, 0.4. So you see it's a lot bigger, but the instant I press one of these buttons that are preset, it's going to reset that. So if I press this, see, it changed the size. So that's how you would change that. Hopefully that answers your question there, sir. And let me switch this back from my stuff here. Turn that off. And we switch back over here. Dean, what's going on? You're moving to Maryland. Hey, well, have a safe travel. You're moving up there just for work, or you're just relocating? G. Albert, cameras at church are located 75 to 100 feet from the pulpit. I'm thinking that the distance is contributing to the pulpit being dark and grainy. Any assumptions? At that distance, with the cameras that we use, it is looking at that distance, and the light that it's going to be hitting through that is going to dictate how that image is. This is one of those modes where the auto white balance and the exposure and all this other stuff, you might have to set it to to manual settings, or you do the push button where you have a white card and you hold it up and you adjust it at the beginning of every service to compensate for the lighting. All these settings are going to change. So like, for example, if I turn, now I'm using a Blackmagic one. Let's actually switch it back over to this camera. And this might not work as well, but I want to show you what this does. So I have lights on right now. Let's see how this image changes when I turn my lights off. You see it's gotten darker because it's looking at the light around it to dictate. So you're pulling all the light from my monitors right now, but then it changes my image based off of that. That's how most of these cameras work. So if you're covering that distance, if you have a lot of windows, if you have a lot of chandeliers, you got a lot of light, and it's super bright, it's going to wash it. It is darkening in that for a purpose. You might want to change, set it, and play around with the white balance and stuff like that to compensate for that. Mike, is there any way to change the background color on the A10 from black in case we need to have black in our source image? Mike, what you would do instead of using that, you would need to use chroma for that. By default, I was folding my legs, but then I need to press the pedal here so I can do this. So, for example, if I come back over here, and typically I use the, the downstream keyer. If you want to do a different color, that's when you're going to do your chroma here, and then you can pick whatever color that you want to be something to wash out. So that's how I would do that. So DSK is for black. No, you can't adjust that. If you want to do it any different way, then you would have to use your chroma key to do that. Jerry, good morning, AJ. I have watched all your computer builds. What is the difference between the streaming from the A10 Mini Pro or streaming from the PC, and which do you prefer? Honestly, streaming from the A10 Mini Pro is for most of the new ministries that I work with, that this is brand new to them. I use it with the A10 streaming because it's less stuff that people have to do. You put the streaming key in, you have low, medium, and high. And I normally set that when I base it off of the upload speed. So like, for example, where can I go? Yeah, I'll use Mount Sinai. So this is the one that I'm going back to do today. And if I remote into this one, and let's go full screen. I really don't know why it feels like my nose is stuffed up. But anyway, if I come over here and let's do a speed test. So I'm saying this to say that when I normally set this up, and I didn't do this in the video, but I did do this before I did the computer. So they're using Verizon Fios, I think they're at 100. So their download speed, which again, this is more than enough. So that's 82. And then their upload speed is the same speed, 82. So for me, once I set this up, I have the ATEM. I just set it to that setting. So actually, let me come out of here because I'm getting ready to click the wrong one. I can just come in here, set the streaming to wherever it needs to be, set it medium, low, high, and all the ministry has to do is press on air after they've put their streaming key into where they're streaming to. That's for the people who this is brand new to them. OBS on a streaming PC is for somebody who wants a lot more granularity. They want to have more control and everything. Like right now, can I stream all of this from the ATEM? Yes, I could. But I'm using my streaming PC off of what y'all are seeing right now because I want to have more features that the ATEM naturally by itself cannot do. So the lower thirds and everything that you're seeing, this stuff right here, like subscribe, and share, I could do that with the ATEM, but that's going to be a whole lot of bells and whistles because I'm using my Elgato foot pedal to turn that on. There's no integration directly with the ATEM. So the streaming PC is more flexible. The ATEM streaming from it is simpler. It's very straightforward. You put the key in, we set it to a persistent key, and typically all you got to do is hit on air. That's it. The computer, now you got to deal with, did OBS update? Did our graphics card update that knocked out our encoder settings? Do I have to make this change that, now with this update, now our plugins that we're working with aren't this? Yeah, you have those headaches, but I can crank up the streaming way higher off of the PC than I could with the ATEM. Hopefully that answers your question. And let me log off this computer. Let's get back to y'all's questions. You are welcome. Lamar, hey AJ, what is the theme name on Pro Presenter 7 that you use for lyrics? That was one that I actually made. I made that for Signs and Wonders, for that ministry there. So my whole theme here, you can make new themes. So this is the one that I ended up doing. It was a parody off of a deviation of the Black theme. So that's what I use. Hopefully that helps you. RC. Hey, AJ, what adapters, external devices allow you to get more video outputs on your on a Mac Mini? I am glad you asked that. I actually have another product that I have to review from Ori. Now, the Mac Mini is limited based on its GPU. I have the M1, so I can only have 2 monitor outs. But this device from Ori that I'll be doing a review pretty soon will give you 2 outputs in additional. That will give you a 1080p and a 4K one. That's just a display out. But other ones, I just use little adapters here, little hubs. So I like this Anchor hub right here. This is one I have on my Mac too. Gives me 2 additional USB outs. Has 2 memory card slots readers and an HDMI out. That's what I typically use. But I am limited to how many outputs I can have because the Mac just won't recognize it. And I didn't realize that when I was using it for Pro Presenter. So I didn't like that part. Dana, if the PTZ Optics 4K camera is connected to the A10 Mini, will the output be 4K? No, it will not. The A10 Mini Pro can upscale stuff to 1080p. It will not downscale from 4K down. Like this camera is 4K, but it won't work. If I set it to 4K, no image will show up. I had to set it to 1080p. Now the difference is the sensor that is a 4K sensor is going to be able to cram more quality into a 1080p image. That's why it looks sharper, but it is not 1080p. So Hopefully that helps. Tony, hello, hello. Can ATEM get two video feeds out and send audio to additional display via HDMI? Yes, it can. When you have the HDMI out on the ATEM, no matter what the output is. So like right now on my outputs, I have one that's going to the program, that is going to my streaming system, that is sending audio, because that's where you see this audio coming out from right here. That is going out on the HDMI, but then also the out goes to my multi-view. So if I turn the monitor up, the audio up right now on my multi-view right here, you would hear audio. I just keep it down so it's not loud. But yes, you could. If I switch one of those out to a different monitor or screen or whatever, yes, it would work. So hopefully that answers your question. Back to G. Albert. Let's see. Can you quickly show us how to add a series of PNG JPEGs and then post them on a multi-view? If you do, can you post the PNG in preview just like you would? Now, you said a series. Now, the ATEMs that I have can't do images in series. I can only do one off at a time. And yes, it does show that way. Like the image I showed about the pictures, it shows like this. It shows just like a camera. So, for example, let's switch back over to this so you can see my multi-view. And again, I need to move this out the way so y'all can see. So if I zoom in and I select my image, as you can see, now I don't have the media player as a as something that shows up on here. So as you can see, there's my preview. So the one right there is my preview. So it shows up just that same way. So, but if I cut back over here and I show you what it looks like in the back end, these are all my images, and that's just the one I have routed to my media player. So when I click on it, it shows preview just like I would as a camera. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, to be quite honest, if you played with macros, and I did a video showing how the macros work, you could make a macro to make it cycle through all of these. And I need to play around with that. Again, you're limited to 20 images, though. I need to see how that is. Because, like, if I showed you, like, the PNGs that I use for, like, my graphics, it's a bunch of them. So, like, if I go here, AJaytheCEO, Resolve, and my lower thirds, see, this is just let's do consult. See, that's 324 images just to get my consultation one. So that's why it's a problem with trying to put this together and it's still images. But the higher end ATEMs actually can load stuff there. But I don't know if that was your question. I didn't veer off too far from it, but hopefully let me know if I didn't answer your question. We can get back to that. Philip Pohl. AJ, we have one ATEM Mini Pro, which is live streaming from it. Any thoughts on how I can do live streaming and also send the live stream video feed to an overflow room? HDMI out is the multi-view. That is the limit. That is the limitation of the multi-view. But what you could do, and we've done this before, is, and I'm actually doing this right now. Can I cut over to that camera? So what I'm doing right now is this. I am sending the USB of my ATEM into my streaming PC, and I am using the computer to filter out to be this screen here. You could do the same thing in OBS. So if we cut over here into OBS, and I need to turn off the tracking. So no, I don't need to turn off tracking here. So I go here into OBS. I'm going to set this to my ATEM. And it's not going to work because ProPresenter is open. Come on now. There it goes. So I see this here. You can have your ATEM that's connected over USB, even though it's streaming, connected to your computer over USB. Use OBS to just capture this. And then if I do a full screen projection, I can say I want to pick a monitor to do full screen projection, and I want to use my Beyond TV. So by me doing that, this is what you get. Everything is outputted there. So OBS is turning your USB feed into another monitor to output. So that's how you would do that. Hopefully that helps you. And let me turn this off. Let me get to y'all's next question here. James with, do you have a video detailing how to add a scene in OBS to add music to the wait screen before the live stream starts? Yes, I do. If you look at the OBS complete bundle, how I walk through that, how to live stream church services and the updated version, it does do that. But I mean, we can just take a half a second and go through that now. So if we cut back over here, I'm gonna just show you the one we already have. So if I go here to the OBS complete bundle, and we go to our pre-service, see, we have this image here, and then we have music playing in the background. And let's actually just do it again so we can show you. So say we want to make a scene. I'll do this as and let me make sure I got your question right before I start going too far down the rabbit hole. Do you have a video showing how to add music to a wait screen before live stream starts? Yes. So again, I would come in here and just call this pre-service, and we'll add some music. I'll do a media source, and I want to make this music loop, depending on how you do it. Now, again, I use stuff that's licensed music. Always use licensed music that you have a license for. I use Epidemic Sound. I also get stuff from Envato Elements. So, like, if I was using something from them, I would go to music, royalty free, and I'll play. I wouldn't dare use that. Let's see. So say I wanted to use this. First, I'm going to click on this. See, this is registered, so it's going to give me a license. So I'm going to actually go through the whole process with y'all. So I pick my project, add a download. There's my song. Then if I come back behind here, I'm going to, oh, and I've actually used the song already. So I'm going to download the license. So when I get hit, because I will be hit because this is registered, there's no way for me to tell them that I already have a license for it. So when I have to go through the dispute, this is the song that I use. I'll download, wow, there's a bunch of them. So let's just extract all of these. All right, so we got our song. I'm just going to pick one of these. It doesn't matter. Let's go back here to OBS. We're going to pick one. I'm going to do the full mix. Have it on loop. And now there's our music playing in the background. Now we need a image. And can we just get one from CMG Create? We do free. Browse media. Where are the free ones at? Titles. And I'll just say welcome. Ugh. Forget it. I'll just make one. Making it a little bit difficult. I'll just add another media here. No, image, excuse me. And then we'll just put another image behind here. And actually, let's do this different. I know I'm jumping all over the place. Sorry. I'll just get one from Pexels. And I'll just say church. I could have done this with Elements too, but this is free. So I'll just use Church. I'll just download this one. It doesn't matter. I just needed something. Then go to downloads, get our image. And I am going to do Control F to fit the screen. That doesn't fit the way I want it to. Let's make it bigger. And there we go. So right now it's playing background. I didn't do text. I mean, you could do all of that. That video does show how to do that. So if I did text, I could say, you know, welcome to church. You know, you can make whatever. You can make multiple versions of text. So the live stream here, we've done it where we show how to do a countdown, all that fun stuff. So right now, that's what people would see before the live stream, and they would hear the music. So hopefully that helps you. But again, that video, let me go here and find it for you. We go here to the YouTubes, and we go to view your channel. And right here, this was done 4 years ago. That's the original one. But then if I do the most updated version of that, not that one. It was a version of that I did recently, the updated version of that video. Yeah, there it goes. Live streaming church services OBS 2022. This one right here. It's the same thing. I just do it in more detail and it's more updated since OBS has since changed in the last 4 years. So I would take that and put that in the comment section for you. So hopefully that helps you. Good questions, folks. Good questions. Let's see. Now, if y'all are getting ads, I am not in control of that. YouTube has changed their stuff to where that's automatic. So, yeah, Philip Paul. My last week question regarding controller A10 Mini from a phone through Android. That was through Meta. That's what that app was called. So, since I'm here and I have mine. So right now, this is the Meta app right there. Let me connect to my A10. All right, so see, I'm connected to mine right now. So if I go back here and mix, so look, no hands, folks. So if I go here to, I don't know, the right camera. So I'm adjusting the right camera. I hit auto. And there we go. So see, all of that's being done right here. And that's the Meta app for the Android. This is the free version. I think they do have a paid version as well. Back to Vaughn was saying, regarding the picture-in-picture again, so I need to physically press the button on the A10 Mini. I'm seeing if I can remotely do it. Yeah, if you have one of these apps like I have with the iPhone or with the Android, then yes, you could turn that on. You need to have the paid version that gives you all the other versions, but yes. Dean, have you checked out those SanDisk Blade stations? No, I have not, sir. I have not had a chance to. Dcraft TV. Hey, Dr. AJ, do you know of a way to bring out 2 HDMI outputs from a TV with a PC without? Hey, yes, I do. That same adapter here that does this, that's what it does. So that would work for you. Be on the lookout for that video. And I think these are, I actually have 2 of these. So when I do this video, I'm going to keep one and I'm going to give one away. That's why this one is not opened. But I would do that. That's a box from Ori that supports that. Harold, AJ, we're streaming from the Mini Pro. Sometimes we have to reboot the ATEM to get the Mini Pro to connect. Now, when you're saying you have to reboot it, connect to your streaming, or connect to the computer controlling it, which one, because I've had both. One of them is the issue with the USB on the computer. And then sometimes, I mean, I've had the other one too. Like last year when I did the graduation at Prince George, the ATEM hung and I had to reboot it. But let me know about that. And the web presenter is still doing good. We're still at 3%. Miriam, have you checked out the new Proclaim floor? It looks awesome, especially the new lyric scrolling feature. No, I have not, but I will make sure to check that out. Start a free trial. So I'll keep this on my as a tab and we'll check that out. Dean is also asking, have you tried a sonnet enclosure for the Decklink Duo, which would give you bidirectional in and out SDI ports? No, I have not. Yeah, some of the stuff I haven't had a chance to play with. I need to do some more stuff with my Mac. But like I said, back to what I said at the beginning, I'm thankful for all the installs, but the bread and butter of actually being boots on the ground and figuring out a lot of stuff and playing with some more hardware, I haven't had a chance to do, but I want to get back into doing some more of that. Streets of Destiny, what's going on? And T is saying she is now, I'm here and is on if you have time. All right, let's check out that. We're doing some on-air troubleshooting here, and T, I thought, yeah, there, is that it? I'm trying to remember which computer that is. T, am I? I want to make sure I'm actually on. Which one I'm on? T, let me know. Are you seeing? No, this is not yours because y'all are pro presenter. I logged into the wrong computer. Sign out. Sorry, I'm trying to find a. Yeah, T, I still don't see you. I don't see you online. If you're using Chrome Remote Desktop and you logged in, it only allows one Google account, so I can't get on there. So if that's the case, that's why most likely it says last time I saw it on the computer online was June 16th. So if you added another Google account, that's why I can't get in. But we can always do that at another time when you get a second. Tony wants to know, does that work with the ATEM Mini Pro? I only have one out. No. The same way I was talking about with Philip Paul of using the USB out to go to OBS to give you another out, it will work that way. But no, with the Pro, since you only have one out, it won't directly work the same way. G. Albert, currently we have an ATEM on one PC, StreamYard on the second PC. We are looking to add ProPresenter into the mix. Will this require a total reconfig? Will ProPresenter be the boss or partner? It could be a partner, because what system do you plan on putting ProPresenter in? Because then that would just go into your ATEM, and then StreamYard won't even know the difference. ProPresenter is just going to be another camera input into your ATEM. Hey, Dean, no, I haven't looked at anything recently with them. I was playing around with H2R maybe a couple of years ago, but I have not had a chance to revisit it. Y'all giving me a whole bunch of homework, which is good. Streets of Destiny. I emailed a link of a video clip. Audio was distorted from the computer to the ATEM. Discover something. Setting was mic. Change the line, no sound at all. Yeah, if you change it to line, it's lower. Now you're going to have to crank the volume up. What's the volume setting there? Because, like, again, even when I look at mine, when I go to my line in, see, I have mine pretty cranked up here. Um, so what is your setting on here on to get your audio in? Line is the correct setting, but you're still going to have to adjust it. Crank it up with the line out, what's coming from your mixer. Then you still got to play with it as well on your ATEM console for the audio as well too. Let's see. Jane Witt, hey, you are welcome. Back to Harold. It is with streaming to a wired network. Okay. Let's circle back around to that. Where am I left off at? Okay, I did that one. Answer that too. So I think we actually caught up. Caught up to what we were doing. Okay. All right. So like I said, folks, we got a bunch of products we got to do. I got to do some updated ones. YOLO Box did a bunch of firmware updates as well, so we're going to be checking those out. And we're going to be doing some videos. Also, for the people who asked, I actually took the Famaco camera and I was going to have it test at Gates of Faith Ministries. I was going to use that as a demo, but they still have the original ATEM. So that 4K camera does not support 1080i 5994. So that's we weren't able to get that. So I'm gonna have to see if I had my up down cross HD, I could have changed it, but I don't have access to that. So I'm gonna see if we can figure out something so that I can have some more output there. So we're gonna be revisiting the YOLO Box. Hold on, I gotta make a field here so we can. I don't have an internet connection. So anyway, we're gonna be revisiting this as well as the in-stream, the horizontal one, because the Blackmagic camera that I'm using, they have an update now that it can do horizontal video as well too. So we're gonna be playing around with that and just showing you all the new features that they've added. So that is always a cool thing. Stream is still going strong. Yeah. So what I think I want to do, folks. Oh, let me give you a heads up. This was for Mike and some other folks. So we typically were supposed to have our roundtable this Sunday, but we're gonna move it. We're gonna move it to Monday so that it's gonna be open to more people. It's still gonna be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully that works. We will play with some more times, but it is going to be Monday. And I brought up the Facebook group without mentioning it. All the information is going to be in the Facebook group for the roundtable. Folks, you do not want to miss the roundtables. It speaks to the soul, if I can say it candidly and being real honest. It does. We just don't talk about tech and stuff like that. We talk about this and build each other up and stuff like that. So this roundtable is going to be Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, not Sunday. All right. So hopefully that opens the door for more people to be involved. We will start changing the time as well, too, so we can reach other people in different time zones. I am not trying to say I'm in the East Coast time. Y'all have to bend to my will and do it when I do it. No, I want to make it available to everybody as best as I possibly can. Sean, what is a memorable moment for you from an install? I have two. At Gilfield, that's the only place where I was coming out of the attic. I actually fell out the attic 6 feet and landed on a pew. That was memorable. I can't forget that one. And then honestly, when I did Signs and Wonders and I did the digital wall, I actually had I had a flood of emotion on that one. And it wasn't because like, oh, this is so beautiful. It was, and I'm trying to contain myself, really. I really am. I'm just so thankful that I've been able to do this, to be quite honest. I mean, real talk. I mean, it was memorable because it's like to have a vision of something for so long and people just told you it couldn't be done. There was no support. And then we've helped over 250 ministries physically. I've had a hand in touching and helping, and just to be like, God, thank you so much. That's been the most memorable moment, that I trusted what he told me, and this is what's came out of it. That has been the most memorable, and just the fact of seeing all that come together. It just hit me when I was at Signs and Wonders, when I did that install. So those are the two. When I fell from the attic into the choir stand, and then that one. Steve, can connect the Behringer X32 to two different computers for audio in and out. Yes, you can. Because again, I mean, I've done it multiple times. From a USB, no, it has to be one. It's only one way for that. But I've done that. Like I did that on this computer when I had the X32 here. I had the audio connected to my streaming computer over USB for audio out, but I had audio in from a regular 3.5 millimeter to an RCA, and then dual XLR or 1/4 inch. So yes, it will work that way, but it only works one way with USB. You can only connect it to one computer that way. Back to T. Okay, when you have some time, can give you a code. T, if you can text it to me, I will give me the access code and I will join it and we can look at it when you hear this. Philip Paul, by the way, AJ, do you have a link to the app to control that? No, I don't have a link to it, but let me see if I can just search for it. All right, here it is. So that app is actually right here. And this is free. I didn't know if they have a paid one, but I will put a link to that. Control app. All right. Hopefully that helps. Let's go to our next question here. Mike, hey, awesome. Oh, so Steve, I did answer this. No, not from USB. You can't do it to two, unfortunately. Yeah, I did. Let me see. I actually think I talked about it when it actually happened. That's April. I don't know if I can even find it quick enough to get to it. I wanted to try and show the distance. Actually, let me see. AJ the CEO Guild Field. Yeah, so hopefully, let's see. I'm going to show you this. So this is trying to skip forward to where it was so you can see the distance. Yeah, so if I did that, that's where I fell. So the attic was right here. So I fell from right here down to those pews. So yeah, that was fun. And actually, Mount Sinai is where the pastor now of Gilfield came from. So that's full circle. That's how I actually met him when I was doing some stuff at Mount. They called me over at Mount Sinai. Then when he became the pastor at Gilfield, he called me over there to help with that. All right. He said he sent the code. All right, I got it, T. Give me a second, and we will remote in and try and help T with this audio stuff. All right, good. We're here. So we're on T's computer there up in Boston. Let's do full screen. So the issue was she's not getting audio from the PC. So let's look at one screen at a time. Now, the first thing I want to do is look over at our audio right here. So right now, the audio is going to the monitor. So T, to get audio going to there, to the X32, we need to change it to our out. So let's see which one it actually is first. It's going to be one of these Behringer ones, but let's go ahead and search for what it was configured for. So if we go back over here, why is the monitor not working? All right, so we go over here, and we're going to go to our routing. And of course, it changes the screen to where it is. Hold on. Let's drag this over back to the one screen so we can all see it. So we want to look at our routing, and that routing is from the card. And I think I'm looking at the wrong one. I hate when it does that. It keeps moving it over to the other screen. All right, so we got our card there. So why am I tripping? Why am I messing this up? Routing, that's your card, and that is, we're sending audio into one of these. I'm tripping. I'm not even thinking. AJ, what are you doing? User in. It's not that. We set it as our. I'm flubbing right now because I'm having a. Where did I mess that up at? Let's go back over here to screen number one, and we just have to set it again. All right, so from here, we have the Behringer software here. So this is our system. We have to set what our input is going to be. So we're going to set the audio in to, let's just pick 1 and 2. So we're going to be sending, no, that's audio out. Why is that? T, you got me on a good one here. Okay, for our input, there it is. So we want to use our, that's the audio coming in. We want to send audio out. So that was right. We're going to send out on 1 and 2. That's what the card is. That's where the audio is going out from. All right, so we got that. So if we come here, that's where our audio is now set to. As you can see, that is the out. That's where it's going to. That's going over USB. Now, if we go back to the Behringer, we're sending audio in, and where do we have that coming into? The card, user in, card, and that's our aux in. That's where we're going. Aux in, and I might not be able to do this remotely because our source is coming from the card. And T, are we using all of your inputs from all 32? I can't remember because I thought we routed it, because you're not using 15 and 16 right there. And you're not using 31 and 32. So let's just humor me for right now. Hey, Otis. So what we could do, let's just use 15 and 16 for right now. If that's not being used, and I'm going to configure that and say I want to link both of these. So now 15 and 16 are both linked together. And we're going to go back to routing. And now for 15 and 16, we want to route 50. Oh, actually, we need to make our inputs user first. 15 and 16. That's AES, 15 and 16. Okay. So we need to change that to user. And then our user ends, we need to route appropriately. So it's going to mimic the exact same thing, but we're going to use these last two channels as our card. So now the card is going to be 1 and 2. So now that's the audio coming into the computer. Everything should be exactly the same. We'll change this to PC left. And then this is going to be PC right. All right. So now any audio that's coming from the computer should come here now. So let's go ahead and go full screen. And I'm going to just grab anything. I'm going to just use me, for example, because we should get some audio here, hopefully. Need to get something to send some audio there. Because we're looking to make sure we get some audio here. And maybe I should have just played a video file or audio file or something. We don't have any music there. I don't know why the video is not playing. Oh, you got some, T? Cool. Thank you, thank you. I don't understand why that's not playing though. Is it just like the audio is just freezing in general? Like that's not even playing. That's very weird. All right, T, we might have to take this one offline and see if we can revisit that. That's strange. But we do have it going to those two channels, and it didn't look like it had anything going to them. Yeah, I don't know why nothing is playing though. Yeah, I don't know. So T, we might have to revisit this one and see what we can do to get you straight. I don't know why, because it's not playing anything. I don't think we changed much of anything to cause that. But let me know, T. Probably worst case, I would think maybe Saturday or sometime next week when you have a time, we can look back over that. And Otis, thank you for that update, sir. Back to Streets of Destiny, kind of the similar type of setup. Discovered that the music is louder than the voice. If you have a separate mix, it's most likely that you have the computer audio going is higher just from your faders. If you're going to that separate mix, going to your for that, that's what my assumption is. Steve, thanks for doing the review of the Ori HDMI 4x4 matrix. We use it to display different outputs from our presentation PC, stream PC, and that. Actually, I've been wanting to. I have that other one in the other room. I want to hook it back up so I can actually get some more displays the same way. Great products from Ori. I want to repurpose my TV here that's going to my other Owncast server that it's so much stuff going on that I haven't had a chance to revisit. Want to go back into the Owncast stuff. Somebody asked me about trying to hook that up externally. Yeah, a bunch of fun stuff. Ori makes quality and reliable products. Yeah, they're great. And I appreciate their patience on me doing that review for that one as well too. Otis was saying back to that, I use one of the aux in channels for the computer in. Yeah, that's how I normally routed it. I just didn't remember how to do that off the top of my head. And then Otis has a point too. Sometimes Windows Update bumps audio drivers from the computer, and sometimes you had to go back and reconfigure. Yeah, I've had that as well too. Gordon, hey AJ, I have a question from a friend with an A10 Mini Pro. He is interested in switching within vMix and using two Elgato capture devices USB. Is this valuable using a USB hub? I personally would not go with two capture Elgatos, just from because originally I used to use the Camlink and I had the HD60 Pro, and hopefully they fixed the software. They used to just trip over each other. And that's why I ultimately stopped using two of them. But you could use a USB hub. I would get a powered one so that it's not pulling all the power off of the USB, since it has to, partition out the power from a hub. And if one device eats up all the power, then you're not going to be able to do much with it. But I would look at that. I honestly was trying to stick with the A10, but I guess you can still use vMix. That's what I'm using for this, but there's a reason there. And I think honestly, Gordon, is like the fact that the same thing that multiple capture devices would have to use, you're doing the same thing, but it's just the A10. Again, I'm not, I don't think that this should be the one standard for everything. For me, I've liked the A10. But if there's cause and purpose for people using different stuff, simplicity is for me. That's the reason why I stick with the A10s. That's why I haven't jumped to other stuff as well too. I've used other stuff, but I still go back to the A10. That's just me. But yeah, folks, I know I'm getting ready to jump because I got to get back over to Mount Sinai to finish up some stuff. I thank you so much for y'all being a part. And again, normally I try to go longer, but because of all the stuff we've been doing, I'm thankful for, I've had to cut a lot of time here, which I don't like. I might want to start revisiting some other stuff and having these more often, but I want to give an updated shout out. I did update it. I just pulled it this morning. So if you're a Patreon supporter, a YouTube member, you are listed on here. So I want to give a big shout out to all my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. If you like what we're doing here, folks, you can support us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO. You can get started for as little as $1 a month, or you can click the join button down below for become a YouTube member. You get discounts. You get access to our roundtables if you're not going to be there involved, as long as we don't have any crazy out of control ones. I normally always post those. You get entered into our giveaways twice. So the giveaway that we're doing when we hit 60,000, you have 2 chances to win. That is a way I can give back. And I just appreciate all this other stuff. And if no one's ever told you, thank you for everything that you're doing in the body of Christ in this. You have been called for this. You're interested in this stuff for a reason. And I'm telling myself this as well, too. Yes, it would be great if we had hundreds of thousands of people, that you're reaching hundreds of thousands of people every day. It'd be awesome for me to have 100,000 subscribers, for you to have 100,000 subscribers. But just because you don't have that number yet does not mean that you're not reaching that many people. You have no idea how many people are watching y'all streams. and the stuff that you're doing at your ministry after the fact. Never underestimate the beauty of what you are doing. Never underestimate that. Somebody needs you. If you weren't there, something would be missing. You're there for a reason. You're inquisitive for the things that you're inquisitive about for a reason. You were made for this. So I encourage you, thank you for everything that you're doing. I know I'm not a part of your ministry, but guess what? Whatever you do, it helps the body. So that's why I want to take whatever possibility that I can to help you with what you're doing. So I appreciate everything that y'all are doing. Love y'all. Y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is. See y'all on the round table on Monday. All the information is on the Facebook group. Know that if you have any more questions, you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Or if you need some help, you can always go to ajhomes.com/consultations and we'll do some stuff. We're on the lookout. We're going to be in London again, September 3rd through the 7th, traveling all of the 3rd, but I will be there the 4th, 5th, 6th, coming back, I think on the 7th. I'm missing my days up. I'm going to be there for 3 days. So anyway, be on the lookout. We do have a sign up that you can go to our website. And actually, let me do that right now. So that you can register your information so that if we do volunteers and we're in the area, you can put your information here. I don't sell your information. You can go to AJaytheCEO.com/volunteer. You can put your information in here. I don't sell your information. It's kept to me and my team only. So that if you're in the area, we can contact you. And if you want to catch up with us, if we're doing an install, you never know. We might get you a call and you can help out. I'm not going to put you in no dangerous situations because my insurance covers me only. But, you know, if you want to associate and see what we do, I'd love to have a helping hand there. So anyway, folks, thank you so much. I hope y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, and we'll be catching y'all on the next video, folks. Later.